Hey, how are you? It's Mary Bicknell. Welcome to Lead a Life Uncommon, where every Monday you're going to get a little biz bite to start your week off right. And then every Wednesday, we're going to deep dive into all things personal growth, where my goal is to help you have an aha every single week. You know, this podcast is for you, for the woman who's the go-getter, who knows there's more inside. And you know what? You're ready to smash through that self-imposed glass ceiling so you can finally see what you're made of. Ready? Let's go.
So today on Biz Bites Monday, our conversation is about selling. So whether you like selling or not, we're going to talk about high ticket selling. High ticket selling. So here's the deal. Most people say, I don't really like selling. I just want to help people. And the problem becomes that there's a confusion around the very fact that if you, like, it's logical too, right? If you don't understand that if you don't sell someone your service, you're actually not able to serve them. Like, if you can't sell someone your service, you won't be able to help them. And I think that sometimes selling has just such a negative connotation because we see that classic stereotypical sleazy arm twister lying person. But if you're here and you're listening and you're a service-based provider and you're the face of your business, you want to help people. You want to help people. And in order to help them, they have to experience a transformation. And so part of that transformation actually starts, of course, with your marketing. The biggest transformation starts when you have that sales conversation. And that's what we're going to talk about today. When you have that sales conversation and they say yes to themselves, that's when the magic happens. Sometimes clients have never invested at a high ticket. So today we're also talking about high ticket. And when I'm talking about high ticket, I mean, imagine having a $10,000 day, a $20,000 day. Multiple $10,000 days per month. So when we're talking high ticket selling, that means that your service is $5, $10 plus $1,000. Could go up to $100,000 or more, right? It's that high ticket, high service, high connection, and big results and big transformation. That's what somebody's investing in. So look, I remember the very first time I did a sales calls and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm a therapist. I'm supposed to help people. Even though I have a background in sales, it was different when it was my own business and people got on the call with me and they were crying or they were upset. And my heart was just like, oh, I just want to answer all the questions. The problem when we do that and we don't have an actual flow to our sales conversations, when we're just winging it, or we're just trying to provide all of the advice and the answers in that moment to position ourselves as, oh, look, we know what we're talking about. I know what I'm saying. When we do that, here's what the problem becomes. Number one is we never want to be in a place of giving advice until we're actually in that reciprocity of a contract with someone. So you can ask like, hey, can I give you a little feedback? But the truth of the matter is, that's the goal of working together, having that long-term transformation, that change, that implementation, that new habits, that maintenance of whatever it is, whether it's business or weight loss or whatever service that you are providing. And so when we're trying to just like bang, 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 here's the answers, look how smart I am, the problem becomes a couple things. One is we actually don't hear our client. We're so focused on what am I going to say next? What am I going to say next? What am I going to say next? That we're not actually listening and hearing what she has to say so that we can actually ask effective questions to determine whether or not she's a good fit for you. Are you a good fit together? If we're serving people, we're not just signing any old Sally Jane up. That's not helpful. When we're serving people, we are actually listening and making a determination. Is the service that I offer going to benefit this person? Is it going to give them the results? Are they the kind of person also, guys, right, that I want to work with? So many times clients are like, well, I just got to take any client. No, you don't have to take every client. The whole goal, what I teach my clients in creating a big, bold life in biz, is that your business is part of your life, and let's do things that we enjoy, which includes not taking clients that are not a good fit, that don't feel right, that there's something off, and that you can't provide the results that they want. So here's the issue. So 10, 20 plus $1,000 days. So I've had numerous 10, 20 plus $100,000 days, right? When I first started though, I mean, I totally know what you feel like, right? I remember when I first started my business, again, as a therapist, I was trying to answer other questions and just putting a Band-Aid. When you over deliver on a sales call, you put a Band-Aid on it, on their problems. They are satiated. You're removing the pain a little bit, and they're thinking it's enough. And they've written down everything that you've said, and now they're going to go off and implement without you. Here's the problem with that. I had 35 no's in a row. 35. I'm saying it again. I had 35 no's in a row. So number one is I was like, oh my God, what's the problem? I'm not selling. I'm over delivering. I'm too coachy. I'm giving all these answers. And no one's saying yes because they're like busy. Hold on, Mary, let me grab my paper and let me write this down. And then it didn't even matter about the money because they were like, oh, I'm just going to implement everything that you just said and I'll get back to you. Well, when people say that, the likelihood is very small that they're ever going to get back to you. What happened is when I recognized that I was over delivering, I was giving advice, I was trying to prove myself instead of seeking to serve, seeking to listen. That was the game changer. So here's the problem, and I want you to see if this is you, okay? Do you ever, and so what I'm going to tell you in a second too, well, I'm going to tell you right now, I use a script, I use a template, I use a format, I use a flow. Call it what you want to call it, I don't really care. And I'm going to give that to you. You're all going to get that. I'll tell you where you can get that in a minute. But here's the thing. So often clients are like, I don't want to use a template. I don't want to use a script. I don't want to use that. I want to just like really hear them. Here's the deal. If you're not accustomed to selling high ticket, or you're not even accustomed to getting on, sales calls, the problem is you don't have a skill. See, selling is actually a skill that's learned. You can learn this skill. You can learn the art of getting in rapport, the art of overcoming objections, the art of understanding her problem, the art of explaining the value of your service. It's a skill. It's a skill. Literally, it's a skill. So when clients sometimes say, like, that doesn't feel like me, that feels uncomfortable. Well, of course, I want to tell you, if you've never sold a $10,000 client or package or service, of course, the very first time, it's not going to feel like you. It's going to feel new. I want to encourage you to stop winging it and stop being like the hope and prayer it's going to work. And I want to encourage you to use a template or a script. Here's why. When you utilize the script, I'm going to give you, you can just all sign up for it. It's totally fine. When you utilize that and you repeatedly use it, the deal is that you're going to be able to then modify your branded language, your vibe. When you understand the 5 parts of an effective high ticket sales template or script, when you start understanding, oh, first I do this, and then I'm doing this, and then I'm doing this, and here's the objections, and that's predictable, then it becomes second nature to you. And here's the bonus. Then you become more attuned to listening with your intuition, listening to, is this the good result? Asking those better questions. So I want to encourage all of you to consider not over delivering, not trying to prove yourself, having high ticket, all of you, $5, $10, $20,000 offers. Become masterful in utilizing a template so that eventually you can make it your own. So let me give this to you. Ready? marybicknell.com/closing the deal. marybicknell.com/closing the deal. Go over, pop over there, grab that template, print it out, understand the 5 steps to an effective high ticket sales call. And every time you're talking to someone, take notes on those 5 steps so that you can start learning how to be more effective and better and better. So here's to your $10,000 days, $20,000 service, to $50,000 high ticket client. And I will see you again next week, every single Monday, Biz Bite Monday, 7 a.m. Pacific. Here's the thing. You can do this. It's 100% available to you. So go be bold. You deserve to live a life that's amazing, that is inspiring, that lights you up. In fact, I want you to lead a life uncommon. Bye now.
Hey, you've been listening to Lead a Life Uncommon podcast. I'm here helping you create a life to allow you to do whatever the heck you want to do, whenever you want to do it. If you got some value out of this, I'm going to ask you, pop over and give a 5-star review. Subscribe and share this with a girlfriend you know is ready to lead a life uncommon herself. And I want to give you a couple of things. Number 1 is pop over to marybicknell.com/podcast. I have something called the Guide to Your Hidden Thoughts Around Money and Success. You're going to uncover some good stuff there. It's a little workshop I'm giving to you. And another thing I want you to take advantage of is this exercise I did all around connecting with your evolved future self. You're going to love this exercise. It's going to be fantastic. In fact, when you're done, please, please, please go and tag me on Instagram or any of the socials and tell me what you thought. I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say, and I'll chat with you soon. Bye now.